Hey YouTubers, Cold Stare back with another video. Today we are covering 10 of my favorite interesting and unique hunter pets found across Azeroth. I wanted to avoid any exotic pets so that all hunters that watch this video can tame these. And I also wanted to avoid any pet that required you to just sit around and wait for hours, just because that's not interesting. There's a lot of pets in the game I love and think look great, but it's just a matter of if they're up or not. And we're trying to focus on pets that require you to maybe put in a little effort or are easy to miss. So let's jump right in. Alright, first up on the list, a gray parrot named Old Bikki found in the Dead Mines. If you're not familiar with it, the Dead Mines is a classic dungeon located in Westfall. I'll go ahead and circle it on the map so you can see it. We are covering a pet from every expansion of WoW and Classic, which is why we arrived on 10. So there's two versions of the Dead Mines. There's Classic and Heroic. I did not try this on Heroic, so I'm not sure if Old Bikki is there, but go ahead and set the instance setting to normal. Make your way through. Very straightforward, very linear. Doesn't take too long to get through it. At the very end of the instance, we go through this door into what's called the Ironclad Cove, and that's where we're going to find Old Bikki. Once there, just make your way through, over to this island. This is why I chose Old Bikki. Seems like it's pretty easy to miss. I never knew it was there until recently. As I understand, it's Vanessa Van Cleef's personal parrot. It has a unique skin, so no other parrot has this. And that's why I made the list. Yeah, really fun, cute little parrot. So, moving right along. Alright, number 2 on our list. 3 pet tames for the price of 1. We're heading to the Katrazhan raid from the Burning Crusade expansion. I totally forgot to get film of the map location for the raid, but it's in a zone called Deadwind Pass, not too far from our last pet tame. It's not far from Stormwind, if you're Alliance. So, here's a closer look at the 3 mini-bosses we're going to be spawning and taming. You can tame one if you like. You can tame all 3. If you plan on taming all 3, you will spawn and tame one, exit the raid, reset the instance, come back in, the trash will be back, and rinse and repeat. So we'll want to stay right in the Servants' Quarter here. You will get locked out if you beat any other raid bosses, so bear that in mind. So yeah, if we defeat the Hound mob of Hound trash mobs last, it will spawn Rockhide the Ravager. Rockhide does not have a unique skin, but I love the title, and I think it's a fun way, fun how this pet tame works. I come back to it very often on Hunter alts I have. So once you've tamed, like I said, you'll just exit, reset the instance, come back. We defeated the bats lastly in this hole, and that spawned Shadowcroaker the glider. Just be careful, these are legacy raids. Shadowcroaker will die very easily. So I actually did kill Shadowcroaker one of my pulls in here. Had to start over with the recording. So anyway, our last one is Hyakis. Just use a flare. If you have track hidden, you'll see it on your mini-map. And yeah, that's the 3 mini-bosses from the Servants' Quarter. Number 3 on our list, Alistraus, the Verdant Keeper from the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Alistraus can be found in a zone in Northrend called Dragonflight. Once you're there, you're gonna want to head to the southern part of the zone called the Emerald Dragon Shrine. Here we're gonna have to do a couple quests to gain access to the Green Crystal Owl. First one's nice and easy. We just defeat a few of the owls flying overhead. After that, she will offer you a quest, the Plume of Alistraus, where she gives you some quest items called Sky Talon Molts. This is what we need, and this is why this is an interesting tame, because without these we cannot interact with Alistraus. So once you have the quest and the quest items, use it, and you will interact, and Alistraus will become hostile, and that's your opportunity to tame. Just know that once you complete and turn in this quest, you will no longer have access to taming Alistraus, so I usually just abandon the quest after I've tamed Alistraus in case I ever have a friend that wants to tame it. Number 4 on our list, Scarkarkin. Two really cool pets only found in the Molten Front, which is a phased portion of Mount Hyjal. To gain access to this, you'll need to do the main quest line all through Mount Hyjal up until you reach the point where Archdruid Hummel Rune Totem at the Sanctuary Malorn offers you a quest called Calling for Reinforcements. This begins the access into the Molten Front. You'll need to do about 3 days worth of dailies to get 20 marks of the World Tree, which will give you access to the Molten Front. Once you've completed that, you will pass through this fiery portal into the zone. So I know I said at the start of the video, we're trying to avoid pets that require you to maybe sit around for a long time waiting for them to spawn. These two are an exception to the rule. The timer for these rares only ticks if a player is in the zone. I am on a small RP realm, so I had to spend hours in the zone waiting for them to spawn. But it was worth it because I think they're very cool and interesting. So anyway, we're doing 2 for 1 because only one of them spawns at a time. They share cooldown, and according to the comments on Wowhead, it's somewhere between 4 to 10 hours. Evidently, more often than not, it is Karkin that spawns. And on my second time in here, I guess I got lucky and Scar was up. So yeah, really interesting, really cool looking pets. Glowy red eyes, marble skin. Really love these, so that's why they made the cut. Moving right along. Number 5 on our list of interesting and unique pets to tame is Rockhide the Immovable. We're going to head out to Townlong Steppes in Pandaria to find Rockhide. Rockhide patrols most of the zone completely hidden, and marked on the map right here are 5 good spots to hang out and wait for Rockhide. You'll know Rockhide is near you because you'll start leaving these little worn tracks on the ground. And you'll want to pay attention to the direction that the tips are pointing, because that's your indicator of what direction Rockhide is heading. Once you think you've narrowed down exactly where Rockhide is, and he's very close to you, this is where you need to properly time your flare to expose Rockhide. Because as you can see, Hunter Track Hidden doesn't show exactly where. So once you think you know exactly where Rockhide is, you throw out your flare and just wait. And just like that, you'll see it. Go ahead and put your hunter's mark on it so that if it steps out of the flare, you'll still know where it's at. Trap, tame. And yeah, that's it. Rockhide has a unique skin, a unique title. That's why I made the list, but also because this is a really fun way to tame pets. Really feels like you're hunting, using your flares, using your traps, tracking paw prints. So yeah, moving right along. Our 6th pet on the list brings us back in time to Draenor, where we're going after Porkchop, who's found in Nagrand. You'll want to do the main quest line in Nagrand all the way up until you reach the quest Ring of Trials Crush Maul. In this, you'll go into the ring, start battling Crush Maul, and at 80% health, Crush Maul will hop off of Porkchop, and this is your opportunity to tame the boar. So if you're level 70, it's very difficult to do this because one hit will kill Crush Maul. So what I found I had to do was take all my armor off, fly into the air, dismount, take res sickness, run in, and then my stats reduced enough so that I wasn't one-shotting Crush Maul. And then you can see here, he hops off. This is your opportunity to tame Porkchop. I turtled because the comment said Porkchop can stun you if it runs through you. And that's it. This made the cut because I thought it was a really interesting, very easy to miss pet that you can tame. So, really cool armored boar. At number 7, we are going out to the Broken Isles from the Legion expansion into Azuna, where we're going to find Netherbeak, a hidden hippogriff that flies very high up. I did forget to get another map screenshot to show you exactly where it's at, but a good place to go is a spot called Ruthvan Peak. You will also need the Tome of the Hybrid Beast, which may or may not be a little bit of work for you depending on how far you got in the Hunter storyline from Legion and True Shot Lodge. I will put a link on how to get that. Anyway, once you're there, you can bring a Demon Hunter friend to help you find Netherbeak, or you can use Track Hidden, and if it gets close to you, you'll see it. Eventually, it'll run into you and come out of stealth and start attacking you. You'll want to land right here, turtle, and then begin to tame. It doesn't matter what level you are, Netherbeak does a percentage of your health, so even if you're geared level 70, it's still going to really hurt, so make sure you turtle. This is probably one of my favorite pets on the list, really love it, it's a unique model, cool name, fun way to go about taming it, so I highly recommend you go get it. Number 8 on our list, we're heading out to Western Zuldazar to the Instance King's Rest from the Battle for Azeroth expansion, where we're going after the mummified raptor Rabon. So once there, go ahead and enter the instance. It's pretty straightforward and linear. You'll just make your way through it. Once you reach the final boss, it'll trigger this cutscene where we begin to battle the king. At 80% health, he will summon Rabon to come help him, and that's your chance to tame him. An important note is that Rabon is an undead beast, so you will need the simple tome of bone binding to be able to tame unless you are a Forsaken Hunter. The tome drops off of random elite mobs in Maldraxxus. If you don't have it, it can be a little bit of a grind to get, but just look in Group Finder. There's still groups that are always there farming mobs trying to get it. So anyway, really neat pet. Made the cut because not many people know about it, and it is a unique model raptor. Number 9 on our list takes us back to the Shadowlands into Ardenweald, where we are going to find Shadowcroaker. Shadowcroaker has many spawn points all throughout Ardenweald, too many for me to show on a map, so I'm just going to provide a link to the Wowhead map that shows pinpoints where all the locations can be. What makes Shadowcroaker interesting is that there can only be one Shadowcroaker up in the whole zone at a time. So what you have to do is meticulously go to each spot, flare, and if he's not there, you move on to the next one. It's really important that you very cautiously approach each spot. If you get too close, Shadowcroaker comes out of hiding and runs off, and the hunt starts all over. So once you've flared Shadowcroaker, it's very important that you trap before you begin taming. In this clip, I'm showing what happens if you don't trap. First off, you have to very slowly and gradually inch closer to Shadowcroaker until you're just close enough to start taming. If you just run up to him, he will run off and vanish. And like I said, if you begin taming without trapping, this happens. He runs off and disappears to a whole new spot. So anyway, I used TomTom. I typed in the coordinates one by one until I flared, found Shadowcroaker, and that's when you trap, tame, and yeah. Another one of my favorite pets, just really love, Shadowcroaker has a unique model. He does not keep his name, unfortunately, but just a really fun pet to get. So yeah, moving right on. Number 10 on the list, we are in the Dragon Isles, finally. We are going for Death Skitter, a new spider model that was added just recently in the Fractures of Time patch. To access Death Skitter, you need to do the quest line for the Little Scales Daycare until you unlock the dailies. Once you do unlock the dailies, you're looking for the Off the Page quest. It may take a few days. It took me 2 days before it was available. Once you do have it, you just accept it. In the quest, you are just reading stories to the baby dragons, and it summons random NPCs for you to battle. If you do not get the NPC that summons Death Skitter, you can just abandon the quest and re-accept it until you do. The NPC we're looking for is this banshee named Astild, I think is how you pronounce that. Anyway, at various points throughout the encounter with her, she will start to summon the spider ads, and that's your chance to tame them. And she does do a lot of knockbacks, pretty annoying, but just you'll eventually get the tame off. Just don't stand close to the edge and you'll be fine. On a side note, I want to talk about, you might be wondering, we are in a dragon themed expansion. It's the Dragon Isles. We can now tame lesser dragonkin. Why didn't you do a dragon for the unique pet tame? And I do love dragons, the lesser dragons. I use them all the time. I think the Fey dragons are really cool. Uh, Unfortunately, though, none of them really are interesting tames. It's just a matter of just go over to this spot and there it is and tame it and that's that. And that's just not really what we were going for in this video. The whole point of this video was discovering fun, interesting, unique pets that are maybe easy to miss. The taming process is unique. The pet requires effort to get to, something along those lines, and I couldn't find any lesser dragons that really met that. So that's fine. That's all right because Death Skitter is awesome looking. I think. Despite its appearance, it's not a spirit beast. It's just got that real cool gossamer, transparent look. Really love it. Been using it a lot. So worth the work. Please do it. You won't regret it. And yeah. Alright everyone, well that concludes our segment on the 10 unique hunter pets. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of you go out and tame some of the pets you saw in this video. I really, really appreciate you watching the video. It means so much to me. This video really pushed me to become better at editing, to become a better content creator. So any comments or questions you have, I will try to respond to. And thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye.